Weverse Blunder. Did Jungkook accidentally upload a private photo of Taehyung's dog on his story? Jungkook's latest update on Weverse featured a unique Pomeranian dog that closely resembles Yeontan, Taehyung's beloved pet. This has sparked a fierce debate about the domestic life, living together, they share. We will dissect the background details of the deleted story to prove that the two were together in private, while also confirming another intimate chapter in the Taekook narrative. Please do not insult Taehyung and Jungkook. The love between the two of them has already been proven to this world. Especially after their Arirang World Tour concert, Taehyung and Jungkook have made my life so full of excitement. Hello ARMY and everyone who just joined. Hope you're all doing well and staying healthy. Let's jump straight into today's video topic. Welcome back to Vkook. The virtual world was once again thrown into an uproar by a post that instantly became the center of attention for millions of eyes across the globe. The social media landscape, particularly the fan community platform Weverse, suddenly erupted when Jungkook accidentally shared a highly personal moment through a brief story update. The post admittedly only lasted for a few minutes before being deleted in a great rush, but that brief window of time was more than enough for sharp-eyed fans to capture the invaluable visual evidence. The uploaded photo featured a Pomeranian dog with a very specific coat pattern and gaze, which was instantly recognized by the public as Yeontan, Taehyung's beloved dog. This incident was not viewed merely as an ordinary technical glitch, but rather as a wide-open window revealing the reality of the romantic relationship they had been keeping so tightly guarded behind locked doors. This sweet moment of carelessness sparked a fierce debate, while simultaneously bringing an overwhelming wave of happiness among those who believe in the special bond between the two. The resemblance of the dog in the photo to Yeontan was not something that could be easily dismissed, as the pet's unique characteristics are highly distinct and not easily mistaken. Speculation immediately grew at a rapid pace, shifting from mere assumptions of an ordinary meetup to a deep discussion regarding the domestic life they now share in a private space. The narrative about Taekook, which had often been suppressed or deflected as an ordinary friendship, now gained a highly solid foundation of evidence that is difficult to shake. The deleted post indirectly became a visual confirmation that they were not only spending time together, but had also built a small household filled with warmth outside the spotlight of the industry cameras. If we dissect the background details of the deleted photo, there are numerous small hints pointing to the comfort of a shared home. The corner of the room captured faintly showed a highly familiar and relaxed interior arrangement, far from the impression of a studio waiting room or public facilities they usually use while working. The soft lighting and the presence of Yeontan, who appeared so calm and affectionate near Jungkook, indicated that the dog was already very accustomed to the man's presence in his daily life. The presence of a pet in a private space is often the most honest indicator of the close relationship between the humans living inside it. All visual elements in the Weverse story pointed to one undeniable conclusion: Jungkook and Taehyung were together at that time in a highly intimate, private moment, far from the exhausting hustle and bustle of the outside world. This small mistake ultimately confirmed a new, much more intimate and profound chapter in their highly legendary romantic journey. The relationship between Taehyung and Jungkook is not just a close friendship between group members, but a true love story that grows and thrives amidst massive pressure from their popularity. They are a pair of lovers who belong to each other, protect each other, and bind their hearts together in a highly powerful romantic commitment. Every interaction caught so far, which had often been considered ambiguous by some, has now found a bright, clear light through this accidental domestic incident. The love they share is the kind of love that demands to be expressed, a deep feeling that can no longer be completely hidden behind the mask of professionalism. Jungkook's action of uploading the photo, even though it ended in a quick deletion, actually stemmed from a highly pure emotional impulse filled with overflowing love for Taehyung. When someone is so deeply in love, there is a powerful subconscious desire to share the happiness being felt with the world, no matter how small the form. At that moment, Jungkook was most likely overcome by a burst of adoration and bubbling happiness upon seeing his lover's beloved dog near him, a precious moment of peace amidst their hectic schedules. The immense love in his chest made his fingers move without burden, driven by a deep sense of pride and ownership over everything related to Taehyung's life. For Jungkook, every corner of Taehyung's life, including his pet, is a part of his universe of love that he wishes to embrace with deep gratitude. The love that Jungkook has for Taehyung is immense, a feeling that has transcended the boundaries of ordinary affection and transformed into a pillar of strength in his life. The emotional dedication he shows to Taehyung is a self-sacrificing kind of love, one that always places his lover's happiness above all else. In every step and decision, Jungkook always ensures that Taehyung feels loved, valued, and protected from any form of outside discomfort. The depth of this feeling is reflected in how he treats the things Taehyung loves, caring for them with the same level of tenderness as he treats his lover. The post on Weverse was a small manifestation of a giant love that could no longer be contained in silence, an outpouring of emotion from a man who deeply worships his partner. The romantic life between this pair of lovers is indeed full of challenges, especially considering their status as global icons whose every move is always watched by millions of eyes. However, the greatness of their love acts as a highly sturdy shield capable of warding off all forms of pressure and negative rumors. Each other's presence in an intimate domestic space provides them with the room to shed the entire burden of stardom and return to being two ordinary humans who love each other. Inside the home they share, there are no barriers of formality separating them. There are only warm embraces, free laughter, and the presence of Yeontan serving as a silent witness to the weaving of their romance. This Weverse photo incident becomes authentic proof that behind the glamour of the world stage, a sacred commitment continues to thrive with absolute sincerity and true happiness. For fans who read this situation with an open heart, Jungkook's action of deleting the photo actually further emphasizes the secret and sacred nature of their relationship. If the photo were just an ordinary post without deep meaning, there would not be a strong enough reason to delete it so hastily within minutes. The minor panic that occurred after the post appeared indicates an awareness that a highly precious privacy had been momentarily overlooked due to a fleeting impulse of love. The deletion process itself was a form of protection carried out by Jungkook to ensure that their shared space of love with Taehyung would not be heavily intervened by wild public speculations that could ruin their domestic tranquility. This shows how mature Jungkook is in managing his romantic relationship, where he is ready to act quickly for the sake of protecting the comfort of his beloved partner. The dating dynamics between Taehyung and Jungkook have always been filled with romantic details that often escape the naked eye, but feel highly palpable to those who understand the language of love. The way they look at each other in public, the body language that constantly seeks comfort, and even the similarities in choosing a lifestyle are reflections of a relationship that has become highly mature and deep. They are no longer two people exploring feelings, but a pair of lovers who have merged into the same rhythm of life, complementing each other's shortcomings and celebrating each other's strengths. The presence of Yeontan in Jungkook's domestic circle is the most concrete proof that the boundaries of ownership between them have melted into a single shared ownership based on absolute trust. When we look deeper into the meaning of Jungkook's immense love, we find a sincerity that is rarely found in relationships in this modern era. Jungkook views Taehyung not just as a handsome lover, but as the home where his heart returns and anchors after grueling days. This great love makes Jungkook always want to be by Taehyung's side, providing boundless emotional support, and ensuring that not a single day passes by without Taehyung feeling the warmth of his affection. The uploaded photo of Taehyung's personal dog was a carelessness born out of extreme comfort, a moment where a lover felt so happy that he forgot the outside world was peeking through the cracks of his window. The world's reaction to this incident was naturally split into various perspectives, but for the community that treasures their journey of love, this is a victory for an emotional truth. The narrative of their love, which had often been deliberately obscured by certain parties, now shines brightly once again through a simple yet meaningful photo. The love story of Taehyung and Jungkook is a real romance that grows beautifully in the midst of a world that is often cynical toward sincere love. The emotional courage accidentally radiated from Jungkook's actions shows that the power of their love is far greater than the fear of judgment or rigid social conventions. Leave your positive comments here. The best comment will be pinned as a way to honor their love. Thank you to everyone who continues to support this channel. May God reward all of your kindness. This video reflects my personal opinion and interpretation. It is made for entertainment purposes only and does not represent confirmed facts.